Hi there, welcome back to the Books for Us. Today we are vlogging again because the Easter holiday is still going strong. In this video I'll be visiting a friend of mine in the city of Antwerp and we'll do some book shopping because that's what we do. And I'll run you through whatever I bought. I'm also going out into the city where I live because there was some beautiful decoration there and I did some more book shopping there. I will talk about a book that I finished, actually my most anticipated read of 2025. I have finished it, but I'll let you know. So let's go to Antwerp first. Alright, so as you could see, the book that I was reading was Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed. Now this book was my most anticipated read of 2025 because I love the language that Ava Reed uses, and this book was going to be is a dystopian book, which combines a favorite author with my favorite kind of genre. So I had very high hopes for this one. Now, I'm afraid that that might have something to do with how I feel about this book. I'm not sure. But let me first tell you what it is about. In this world, we have poor people who live at the bottom of the mountain in areas where the world gets flooded really easily because the world has changed and the climate has changed. And these poor people can actually use credits from this institution, which is called Kairos, to buy things, necessary things like food or tablets to clean their water or to purify their water, but also bigger things like televisions and everything like that you can buy through a credit system. However, when your debt gets too high, you either have to pay them back or you can put up like a family member or one of your children to be put in the gauntlet. And now the gauntlet is this chase, which is shown on television, in which a person that has been put up for the gauntlet is being chased down by a professional assassin called an angel, because they are always female. And these angels have been bionically improved. For example, they have night vision and things like that. And these small cameras that you cannot see, they are like flies buzzing around. They follow this chase and it is shown on television. As we know from several dystopian stories, people love their gore on television. And in this book, we are on the one hand following Inessa, who is one of the poor girls, and her mother has built up a lot of debt, and then her mother puts her in the gauntlet because she's such a wonderful, great mom. And then Inessa will be chased by Melinoe, and Melinoe is this blonde assassin who has been trained to be an assassin and who has been memory wiped, which helps to reduce emotions and which makes her a bit less human and more of a predator. So the chase starts, but Inessa also has this brother Luca, and Luca is trying to help her survive. Because there is an ending to these gauntlets, they take 13 days, and if this person can survive for 13 days, then they are free and the debt is cancelled out. So that is the gist of the story. Now, how did I feel about it? In the beginning, I thought we were moving kind of fast. We are kind of running through the world building a bit. I did enjoy the middle, however. I loved the build-up of whatever happens in this book. I don't want to spoil too much. Well, the ending wasn't for me. I didn't really enjoy that. So overall, I do think this is quite a good book. However, it felt like something that I have read before. I did not feel like there was anything new on the table in this one. This wasn't that great at defying the structure that is imposed on these people or things like that. So it's a very alright dystopian young adult, I'd say, but not the best one. And I missed a bit of that beautiful writing that Ava Reid gave me in books like Lady Macbeth and A Study in Drowning. I definitely felt like she was trying to be more approachable with this book, which might be a good thing for some readers, but for me, I kind of missed that. And so for me, this having been my most anticipated read, it was sort of a letdown, and I'm very sorry about that. run you through all the books that I got. First off, I have The Overstory by Richard Powers. This one is about someone who gets all these pictures of the same tree. I believe it's like 100 years worth of pictures of the same tree. And I have no idea how that will be moving on, but it got a Pulitzer Prize, so I think it might be a really beautiful book. Then I got The Other Boleyn Girl by Philippa Gregory. This one has been on my list for a long time to buy and to hopefully read as well. It is of course about Henry VIII, and it will be about Mary Boleyn and the history there. Then I got Hera by Jennifer Saint to add to my Jennifer Saint books collection that I haven't read yet about all the other goddesses. Next up we have The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. This one has been on my to-buy list for quite some time as well. It is set in the 70s and it is about this small town, and then they find a skeleton in a well. Next is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. This one is about a writer, and she isn't really making progress with her writing, and then she decides to write something very different. I believe it is a sci-fi novel, which is very successful, and then her life starts to change into the sci-fi novel or something like that. Yeah, it seems interesting, and I love the cover of this one. Then I have The Future by Naomi Alderman. This one is about technology versus survivalists, so it's also a bit dystopian, I think. It's about these two people who come from different worlds once again, and I guess they'll meet up and fight the system. Boys with Sharp Teeth by Jenny Howell. This is about a girl and her cousin gets murdered at a school, so she infiltrates the school and tries to find out who murdered her cousin. Yeah, I'm curious. Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Yimide. This one is about this mysterious person who is starting to text secrets about school students, or about these two school students on the cover, I think, and then how they will handle their personal secrets getting out. Next is The Fell by Sarah Maas. This is about a woman who goes on a walk in the mountains, and then she falls, which I guess is the fell, and then a mountain search has to start for her. I don't know, it came recommended, so we'll see. The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. I've recently read Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, which I really liked, so I'm very interested to read more by this author. And The Glass Hotel seems to be about this hotel where something strange starts to happen and people turn out to be not who they seem. And it was giving me sort of a White Lotus vibe, so I'm interested to see if it's actually like that or if it is something completely different. And the last one is Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fato. This one is about England in the 1800s, and we are at this estate, which is always a great setting to start from. And this is about a nanny or a tutor, and she actually has something in her past that we don't know about, and it's coming back up. So yeah, I think this will be very Victorian Gothic, a bit of a horror, I think. So we'll see. Alright, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye!